You know that we have rules in this house about noises. That is on the blacklist of noises. It is. Hello and welcome to James and Alex vlog. Today the nation's favourite housemates are doing Bond songs. We are starting off in the 1960s with a song called Goldfinger by Shirley Bassey. Sort of generally considered to be the best Bond theme, isn't it?
It's really the benchmark, isn't it?
Yeah, it is the benchmark.
From Mr. Goldfinger.
I wouldn't personally want a kiss from someone called Mr. Goldfinger.
No.
My first question would be, where have you been putting your fingers? And don't bring them near me.
It's another one for the U-Tree list. The James and Alex U-Tree recommendations.
Yeah, no, we're not starting a recommendation list. Although if we were, Goldfinger would be on it.
And the second line is such a cold finger. if you're gonna be fingered, he loves gold.
So moving on to Live and Let Die, Paul McCartney with Wings. I feel like it starts like every Paul McCartney song ever,
I really like this song.
which is just him on the piano, starting off and he doesn't know where it's gonna go.
This is very mid-career Paul McCartney, especially this.
I don't remember this bit. What the fuck is this bit? This is like a cut off. This is like a cut from Abbey Road. It should have gone in the medley. I'm not going through this again. I'm not going through this again. I'm not having you burping every few seconds. I will not have it. Are we clear on that?
Yep.
All right. A View to a Kill by Duran Duran.
That snare, them drums,
So 70s.
80s.
So 80s.
I think it's a brilliant song, all together.
I think it's a bit much.
If you could hear bass on this laptop, you'd have heard the bass there. Apparently, they wrote this with John Barry, except he didn't actually contribute anything to the songwriting. He just insisted on being credited.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and a-ha had the same problem.
Oh.
John Barry, turns out, a bit of an ass. Rest in peace.
Always in our hearts.
Also, another common misconception, he didn't write the James Bond theme.
Did you not?
No, that was Naughty Morty. Naughty Morty.
I know him. Right, should we move on to a-ha?
Yes.
Because you like this one, don't you?
Yeah, well, I feel I should make it known that a-ha are my band.
They're your band,
Yeah.
they're your thing.
They are. I've seen them twice. John Barry didn't like working with a-ha. He said that it was like working with the Hitler Youth.
Why did they keep Sieg Heiling? Because that would be distracting. Cut that right out. Ooh. Oh, that'll come back to haunt you.
Let's just Jimmy Savile.
You can't just say Jimmy Savile to make your own crimes look better. We agreed this is a good Bond song. Next, we'll move on to what is generally considered the best Bond song. This is Die Another Day by Madonna.
If there were a scale where you rank Bond songs on a scale of 1 to 20 something,
Yeah.
this would probably be. You'd have to just add a lot of blanks after 25 just to put this sufficiently low. This is just utter excrement.
I mean, I hear what you're saying. I do hear what you're saying. I take it on board. I discard it completely. It's a really slick sort of electro sound, which is so unlike anything that you'd heard on Bond before. And it's so arresting. It's like, this is so different. And it just keeps pulling you in.
Me happily presuming that this was widely and universally regarded as not just the worst, but an embarrassing example of what can happen when money gets in the way of making a Bond film. And yet, you think it's the best. That is the thing that I just find so mind-boggling about your personality.
It's slick. It's so well cut. The production is nice.
The production is just basic. It's like they've just grabbed a load of presets and slapped auto-tune on
I
a
think
voice.
that's kind of
and
the
it.
point. It's
done.
so like robotic. It's interesting.
What's
Also,
that got to do with Bond? It's
this
completely
was-
inappropriate.
frankly, this is better than Shirley Bassey and Aha and Duran Duran put together.
Right, well, let's end the vlog early.
Oh, have we ended the French? No.
I'm out of here.
No, because no, you're my only friend, really. Guess I'll die another day. This is from Casino Royale. This is Chris Cornell with You Know My Name. I really like this song.
Yeah, this is a very good song.
I think
Very
they could
good
have
return to
taken.
form.
I think they could have taken a bit more of a risk.
I think they did a very good job of recovering Bond themes from the stinking mess that Madonna left them in.
Well, I don't believe this did anywhere near as well as Die Another Day, the song, not the film.
Well, as we know, commercial success is a sign of the fucker. Critical success is what it's about. Because if you're commercially successful, or you get to number one, woo, a lot of people thought your song was passable. Being at the top of the charts doesn't mean your song's any good.
A lot of people thought Hitler was good. And if that doesn't win the argument, then frankly, I don't know what will.
Well, 1 point to Godwin.
That's me. That's my nickname. Shall we move on from Chris Cornell, who I think we can agree is...
Let's move on.
All right, that was Chris Cornell. Thumbs up.
Yeah, good song.
The next one is Another Way to Die, Jack White and Alicia Keys, which I think is, if not the worst Bond song.
Second worst.
This is so bad because it's just Jack White with his stinking guitar again, trying to be relevant with that stupid noise he makes. It's such a mess from start to finish. And the duo of Jack White and Alicia Keys on paper sounds really interesting, but it doesn't work. There's no point where it comes together and it doesn't give you like a moment where you think this is a really good song.
Sounds like a demo.
Yeah.
I think it's also worth pointing out that Jack White plays the drums in this. And if you listen to the drums, they're exceptionally sloppy, and I'm no drummer.
Next we head over to Adele for Skyfall. Another one.
Chicken Little.
What?
Chicken Little. Sky's falling.
Oh yeah.
I'm not a big fan of Adele. There's another bone of contention between us, but this song is... It's a Bond theme, it's pretty good.
I like that this is a bit more restrained. You know the power is there. She's controlling her voice very well. And you do get power later on in the song, but she doesn't just bulldoze you with it.
I want to know where she's putting her cold fingers.
What? What are you doing?
Making crumble.
Let the sky fall, I ate crumble. It's a great bit in James Bond where they all sit down for a bit of crumble towards the end.
It's one of my favourite tropes when he goes up to the bar and says, I want an apple crumble. And then they do the da-da-da-da.
Yeah, it's great how that's in every film. I want some apple, crumbled, not in a pie. I think crumbles are better than pies anyway.
See, this is something that I just thought everyone agreed that crumble was like a second-rate pie.
Oh no, you'll never get you can get a bad pie because you can get the ratio all wrong of crust to filling. You want loads of filling and just a thin pastry. You want a nice crust around the outside but thin on top.
My grandma would always make a really shallow pie, so there was a lot of pastry to apple, which is just...
Oh, my nan did piles of apple and it was a nice sort of thin pastry on top and then around the outside.
I hate to be the one to tell you that your nan was wrong.
I hate to get into a my nan is better than your nan argument.
Have you ever seen James Bond eat a pie?
I would like if in the next one, instead of going to like Monaco or something, he went to Hull and most of his time was just sitting outside someone's house eating a variety of Greggs sandwiches.
By the end of it, he's just enormous, really bloated.
He's got through the entire bakery.
And it turns out the terrorist was the one selling him the pies.
Oh, I like that. This is Writings on the Wall by Sam Wet Flannel Smith. Sam Smith is the kind of guy who was voted most likely to cry after he ejaculates for the rest of his life.
I did hear that he was the first gay man to win an Oscar.
He was the first gay man to win an Oscar, first gay man to release a single. I think he was the first gay man to hear music. He did My People a great service just for proving that it doesn't matter whether you're gay or straight, you can make terrible songs.
This is going to sound really strange, but I can almost smell fish and chips coming off this. It's like he's just eaten some fish and chips and then gone in to record it, and that smell has been recorded in the song.
I mean, that we just said is garbage. Doesn't make any sense at all. What do you mean you're smelling fish and chips?
I'm getting it.
Think about what you're saying.
Getting a whiff of
I don't like it because it's wet and his voice constantly sounds like it's going to crack, and he's going to start crying about the one night stand he had last night, and he still hasn't called him back.
Give him a break though, he was the first black woman to win an Oscar.
So Bond songs turns out are generally consistently good.
Yeah, I guess they have to be, because it is a Bond song and there's a big weight of expectation. Why are you laughing?
They are a Bond song, so that means something.
Why did you repeat that in a Boris Johnson voice? They are a Bond song.
That's how you said it. You said it like you had a mouthful of Brexit. I don't know what it was.
But Die Another Day especially, the song and the film, should be excised from
I
the
like
canon.
both. It's a 10 out of 10 from me for Die Another Day.
And it's good night from him. Good night.
Right, end this. I'm not just talking about it, just end the whole thing. Fucking end this now. We've gone too far. We've gone too far. And by we, I mean humanity, I mean civilization, I certainly mean you.